Warm welcome to the top three qualifiers for the FIA Formula One Austrian Grand Prix. In third place, George Russell. In second place, Lando Norris, and taking the 41st pole of his Formula One career and his 8th of this 2024 campaign, our pole sitter, Max Verstappen. Very well done, Max. A very impressive pole position today. Just how pleased are you with the session and that final lap of Q3?
Yeah, I think the whole session, it went really well. The car was in a better window. I could push a bit more, rely on the grip of the car, the balance. So it was very enjoyable. Yeah, just trying to progress through Q1 without using a new set. And that worked. And then from there onwards, yeah, we just tried to fine-tune the balance here and there a little bit. But yeah, every lap that I did was feeling good. And then it's all about, of course, trying to just, nail every corner. It's been a while, that I felt like this in the car, and also looking at the gap. The last few races always been very close in front or behind. So this was definitely very positive, I think, for the team.
Max, Lando talked about doing the perfect qualifying lap in Barcelona last weekend. Was this close to perfection for you?
It was good. Yeah, I mean, there's probably always things that can be done better, for sure, when I look back at the lap. But, I felt confident. I knew that if I did a solid lap, it was going to be good enough for pole. And that's what I did today, and that's what matters. We definitely worked hard as a team to try and be more competitive compared to the last few rounds, and it seems to work. So I'm definitely happy with that, I guess. Of course, you always try to nail laps in qualifying. Some are a bit better than others. This one was for sure very good. I'm probably never going to say it's a perfect lap, but it was a good lap.
Are you surprised by the gap to your rivals?
Yeah, I mean, of course, it's a short lap, and the gap was quite big. But at the other end, I felt really good with the car, and the balance was there. So then you can really push and attack the corners, and I guess that then made it such a gap.
So the car is very good over one lap. You've established that today. What about the long run pace tomorrow?
Yeah, that's of course something that I hope is going to be good as well. But I will find out tomorrow. I felt like, the car just improved a bit balance-wise, which hopefully will help the tires tomorrow as well, because it's still going to be a hot and long race, so you really have to look after the tires, and that's what we'll try to do.
All right, very well done today. Thank you, Max. Lando, let's come to you. Another front row start for you here. How was your lap?
It was pretty good. It was pretty good, but not amazing. Just a bit trickier today than it was yesterday for wind and kind of conditions and stuff like that. But relatively we were much further back, closer to the Mercedes and Ferraris than we were relative to Max. So a bit of it in my lap. Like definitely yesterday, I probably did a better lap and made up for some of it. And I think today there was at least 1 or 2 tenths in just doing a very good lap from my side. But definitely not enough to get Max. So he did a good job, and Red Bull made a good step from where they were yesterday. And clearly, we're a lot quicker than what we could achieve today. So still P2, still front row, and hopefully we can turn that into something good tomorrow.
Have you managed to improve your car from where you were yesterday?
I mean, it doesn't look like it, but it's. We hope so. We changed a couple little things, but I think we always do a very good job in kind of just getting the car going from the off in a pretty close to the best way we can, and the most optimized way that we can. So I think we already did a good job all weekend. Maybe others just were able to improve more than we could, and we optimized things earlier in the weekend. But we think we took a step forward. It's just various things made things trickier. So
let's throw it forward to the race tomorrow. It's your second race start here alongside Max Verstappen. What's the plan?
Kind of the same, but not. Just tidying up a few things from before. But I know what I did wrong. It's obviously very clear. But from the pace advantage Max had today, that's probably going to carry into something tomorrow as well. So I'm not sure even today if I had a perfect run of things, and if it was just between Max and myself, I'm not sure I probably would have had the pace to quite keep up with what Max was able to do. Then into quali today, it showed that they were just a pretty good step ahead of us. So we'll see. It's another day. Things can change, and conditions are going to be very warm again. So the races have been good to us lately. It's been one of our strengths relative to qualifying. So excited to see what we can do.
All right. Thank you, Lando. George, coming to you. Very well done as well. How pleased are you with your session as a whole?
Yeah, felt a good session. Similar to Lando, I think the gap to Max was bigger than we expected. We made a few changes with the car, which I think will help us tomorrow. And then that last lap in Q3 was all a bit messy. I had to let quite a few people by on my out lap, and then during the lap, I could just see dust everywhere and gravel on the track. And that's the pretty frustration as a driver when you go through a corner and you just see gravel everywhere. So there's a bit more in it, but really pleased to end up P3. Not too sure where Oscar got his lap deleted. And hopefully we can fight for the podium tomorrow.
Well, what about that? Tell us about the long run pace here.
Yeah, I think Lando and Oscar seem a little bit quicker than us. Obviously, Max is down the road at the moment. So I don't know where Oscar ended up finishing, but I'm confident Lewis and I can probably beat the Ferraris tomorrow and hopefully hold up Oscar's progress. Where did he qualify? He was 7th. Okay. But yeah, it's a long race, high degradation, anything can happen.
So what about the start? Round the outside, sweeping into the lead at turn 1. Is that the plan?
Oh, what do you reckon? No, I think it's a bit more challenging here. I think these guys always get their elbows out, so maybe this time it's sit back and watch it all take place. But no, I think last week I lost a lot of time battling with Lando and probably focused too much on the guys ahead of me, and ultimately that cost me the position to Lewis and almost lost my train of thought there with Charles as well. So as I said, I think the race is behind us tomorrow.
All right. Well done to all three of you. Let's open this to the floor. Who's got a question, please? Yeah, Jake.
Jake Boxall, Local Sport. Question for Max, please. You spoke about briefly about the sort of changes to balance that you experienced during this qualifying session. Given the performance over yesterday and earlier on today, what kind of were you asking for over lunch to kind of make that next step? How did you kind of turn the dial up, so to speak?
Yeah, just a more stable balance, a bit more connected front to rear, and that worked out well. Yeah, I think we made the right changes, and then you can see that it's little things that sometimes can actually make quite a bit of a difference in lap time. So I'm of course very happy with that, because like I said before, we haven't had the easiest of runs, and I think pure pace has been a bit harder for us to compared to the last 2 years. So this is definitely very positive for everyone.
Thanks, Max. Any more? No more? All right, we'll leave it there. Very well done, guys. Thank you.
And Perez is in the pits.